My curiosity had got the better of me. One night, torch and rather large screwdriver in hand, I ventured down the laneway at the rear of the row of houses, an old night cart route. The old wooden fence at number 15 was missing some boards and had a slight lean inwards. By pulling at a board forcefully, the rusted nails gave way, and I was able to squeeze through the gap into the backyard. I turned on my torch, revealing the tall weeds and creepers extending over the path and enveloping the old outhouse. Quietly, I pushed my way through and up to the veranda and found the steps, carefully testing them with my weight in case they gave way. The floorboards were badly weathered and creaky. I stepped lightly. I shined my torch towards the boarded up door and window and over to a small room, which I presume was the old laundry. It had no door, and as I shone the light in, I found it was crammed full of an assortment of junk. I pulled at the boards, hoping to find a loose one. My luck was with me. A board on the window was slightly loose, and I was able to pull it off without too much persuasion. Another, and then another, until half the window was revealed. All I needed to do now was to try and prise it open at the base, hoping it was an old latch window that wasn't latched. But it wouldn't budge. I shone the torch through one of the panes. It looked like the kitchen. From what I recall from the building plan, there was a dining room across the passage from it. I quickly turned off the torch when I heard voices from next door. Had I woken the neighbours? I stood in silence until I was sure that nothing would come of it. Looking up, the upstairs balcony offered another approach of getting in. I could climb up to it as long as the balustrading would hold. The sculptured posts gave me perfect foothold to reach the upper floor. I grabbed the wooden balustrade, hoping it wouldn't give way and send me tumbling. Rickety it was, but stable enough to give me hoist up to the landing. The peeling paint came off from my hands as I climbed. On the landing, I turned my torch back on, revealing another door and window, but without boarding across it. Shining the torch through the glass, I peered in. This was the rear bedroom, empty except for a wardrobe. I again tried to prise the window open, but it was shut tight. I moved to the door and twisted the round doorknob forcibly, and to my amazement, it unlocked. I slowly pushed it open and entered, cautiously. To my right was the bathroom, with a rusted clawfoot bathtub at one end and a basin at the other. I followed the hallway to the front of the house, shining my torch through the floating dust. The two front bedrooms were empty. The master bedroom had a fireplace where no fire had burned for many years, just a tray of ash under the fire grate. A narrow stairwell led down to the ground floor. The stairs groaned as I put my weight onto them. I was halfway down when a loud slam of a door from upstairs made me run down in absolute fear of my life, my heart pounding. I ducked into a room and quickly closed the door behind me, putting my foot at the base to prevent it from being opened. Perhaps someone was living here after all. Trapped, I shone the torch around the room. A solitary wooden chair was placed in the middle of the room, facing the window, and on it a partially burnt pillar candle. Was this the mysterious light I had seen? All I could do was listen out for any sounds of movement. There was no way I was going back upstairs to exit that way I came in. My only escape was to open the window and kick out a few boards. It would be noisy, but there was no other option. I could use the chair to hold the door back in case I was set upon, whilst I attempted my breakout. Just as I had thought it through, there was a knock at the door, and softly spoken words said, "Martha, is that you?" I pushed hard against the door. Do I ignore the question? Without thinking, I blurted out, "Who are you? What do you want?" Which is kind of silly, but I was panicking now. There was just silence. "Are you still there?" I quipped, again waiting for a response. Was this the ghost of Henry Slater, the original owner? His wife was named Martha, who had passed while still quite young. Henry stayed on in the house until his death, probably still grieving over her loss.